Hello, hello, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, at whatever time you're watching this. I am back, and it's not even Tuesday. Now that I've started, you cannot get rid of me. So, I was thinking yesterday and the whole of Tuesday after that last little video I did about the shadow, um, that I did not complete what I wanted to say. There was so much left to say. I basically explained to you how I landed up doing the shadow work and what it is, but I'd like to go into a little more detail um, about the workshop because it was such a profound um, discovery for me, and it's such a profound time and such an important teaching for me, like one of the most valuable ones, that I really want to share a little bit more about how it happened. So during the workshop, after Andrew explained to us um, what the whole shadow thing was about and how, it gets created within us and how we create it, and society kind of creates it for you, we had to go into the actual shadow aspects of ourselves. And he gave us like a long, but long list. Let me show you a long list of words that have sort of negative associations there and there and there. Oh my word, it was like never ending. And we went through all these words and we had to see which of them sort of really triggered us. Like, are you deceitful? Are you mocking, disrespectful, abusive, selfish, bullying, impatient, ignorant, negative, critical? Do you bribe? Are you rude? Are you late? Are you a failure? Are you lonely? Are you guilty? Are you unreliable? Are you pitiful? Are you sad, helpless? Are you an asshole? Are you vengeful? Are you evil? Are you proud, neglectful, greedy, phony, a liar, condescending, mocking, jealous, controlling, nasty, possessive, bitchy? Are you a wimp? Are you a prude? Are you a womanizer? Are you angry? Are you secretive, codependent, abrupt, argumentative, aggressive, calculating? Are you a drug addict? Are you a gambler? Are you sick? Are you fat? You won't believe how fat triggered me. Are you disgusting, stupid, an idiot, fearful, loud, trashy, two-faced, superior, judgmental, patronizing, belittling, disdainful, materialistic, sarcastic, aloof, detached, disorganized, hateful, incompetent, uncaring, careless, insulting, not assertive, suspicious, untrusting. I may be repeating some of these. Are you frigid? Are you rigid? Are you manipulative? Are you a victim? Are you pompous, emotional? Are you a loudmouth? Passive aggressive? Are you a coward? Inauthentic, inappropriate, offensive, irresponsible, incompetent, lazy, opportunist? Are you stingy, unfair, dumb, a traitor? Are you a gossip? Are you desperate? Are you childish? Are you perverted, needy? Are you an energy sucker, superficial, violent? Are you a martyr, a hypocrite, defensive, impotent, frail, insipid, a woman hater, a man hater, anxious? So many. The list went on. Worthless, critical, flabby, inflexible, bossy, ignorant, dominating, depressed, hopeless, not good enough, resentful, a racist, a snob, shameful, nosy. Are you a perfectionist? Are you a know-it-all? Are you an ass kisser? Are you malicious, resentful, useless, inferior, oversensitive, impatient, uninteresting, lifeless, empty, ridiculous, inferior. These are just, I mean, you saw the amount of pages of words I had. These are just a few that quickly came through my mind. And yeah, some of these, most of them triggered something in me. Sorry, that's the doggies coming in, and all you can hear is dog paws until they settle. There we go. Sit down, Lulu. And, you know, some of these really, really triggered. And I can remember two in particular, selfish and fat. And I'll just use these two examples. And what we used to do in the class was there was a circle of us, and then sort of, if I was on, I had to choose a word, like for example, selfish, and I had to say, I am selfish, and then the next person would say, you are selfish, and I would repeat, I am selfish, and then the next person would say, in my face, you are selfish, and I would have to say, I am selfish, and the other one would say, you are selfish, and we went around the room, around and around the room, until selfish no longer triggered me. And I can now say I'm selfish without any problem at all. I was like, whatever, I'm selfish. It just became another word. And it was the way that in the workshop we worked through this shadow aspect that I felt was so, I was told or heard so many times that, geez, you're so selfish, you only think of yourself. Yeah, really, you only think of yourself. It's like your way or the highway kind of thing. And I had to tell myself, and the part of the exercise was also coming home and looking in the mirror and saying to yourself, looking in your eyes, I am selfish. And you say it over and over and over until selfish is just another word and no longer triggers you, and you are okay with the word. Now, whether you choose to be selfish or not is up to you, of course. So another word that triggered me was I'm fat. And that word I'm still not as comfortable saying as what I am. I am selfish. I'm fat is something I have been dealing with since I was a little girl. But that's a story for another day. So we went round the room, and as soon as somebody told me you are fat, I was in tears, okay? And I would say, I am fat, and they would say to my face, you are fat. And that is that is an ongoing shadow aspect of myself. And I've worked through it, and I'll do another little video to go through the possible reasons why I chose I am fat as a shadow aspect of myself. So what I actually wanted to do today is, before we go into that, I wanted to do a little meditation with you. But before we go into that, after we were okay with I am selfish, or we were just saying I am selfish, we had to think, how is it good to be selfish? And sometimes it was really hard, to find a good or a positive or the light side of selfish. And for me, selfish now is quite easy to find the light side of. For me, it's selfish is to protect my own inner peace, protect my sanity, to protect, my world. Selfish is good sometimes for me, and I choose selfish. No, I don't want to see people today. I want to just be by myself. There is the light side to the negative or the shadow aspect, and it's for you to sit with it and find it, okay? Not a justification for being selfish, but just the light side. It's not I'm selfish because, it's I'm okay to be selfish when And that's the light side of selfish. I hope I'm making myself understood. So what I wanted to do is actually take you through a little meditation in case you are ready to work with your shadow self. So I'm going to read out of my little book, this little meditation, and you can do it as many times as you want. And there's a series of questions, and you can do the one question, sit with the one question, pause the video, and then come back to the second question when you're ready. You can do this whichever way you want, but I'm just going to guide you through this meditation just to help you start working through your shadow if, that's what, because there's one thing, becoming aware of it, and then to accept it is a different thing, and then there's some work that needs to be done. So let me get going with this. Right. When you're ready, close your eyes and take 5 slow, deep breaths. Inhale for 5 counts, retain the breath for 5, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Use your breath to relax your entire body. I will give you a couple of minutes to do this. Focus all your attention on your breath as you continue. This is one of the best ways to quiet your mind. And as you continue to breathe, feel your feet relax, your ankles, your calves and your thighs, your hips, your tummy, your chest, your shoulders, your arms and your hands. And relax your face. Relax the frown. Now with your eyes shut, imagine yourself walking into an elevator and closing the door. Press one of the buttons in the elevator and go down 7 floors. Imagine you're going down deep into your consciousness. When the door opens, you see a beautiful sacred garden. Try to clearly visualize everything about it. Notice the trees, the flowers, the birds. What color is the sky? Is it brilliant, clear blue, or is it laced with clouds? Feel the air's temperature and the wind caressing your cheeks. And how are you dressed? Are you wearing something you love? Imagine yourself at your best, looking your most attractive. Take off your shoes and feel the earth beneath your feet. Is it grassy or sandy? Is it dry or moist? Do you see a pathway of stone or marble? Are there waterfalls or statues? Are there any animals? Take a minute to look around in all directions and notice what else is in your garden. When you've finished creating your garden, create a sacred meditation seat where you can come to find all the answers you've ever desired. Spend a minute exploring your inner sacred place and make a commitment to visit it often. Return your attention to your breath and take 5 more slow, deep breaths, bringing yourself to an even deeper state of relaxed awareness. Now ask yourself the following series of questions and take your time in listening to your inner voice. After each question, open your eyes for a moment and write down your answers in your journal. The best way to do this is to write fast and to write whatever comes to your mind. There are no right or wrong answers. Don't worry about what you are writing, just let yourself feel and express whatever needs to emerge through this process. When you have the answer to the first question, close your eyes, return to your garden, and sit down in your meditation seat. Take 2 more slow, deep breaths before you ask yourself the second question, and so on. Take your time. Number 1. What am I most afraid of? Number 2. What aspects of my life need transforming? What do I want to accomplish by doing this exercise? What am I most afraid of that someone else will find out about me? What am I most afraid of in finding out about myself? What is the biggest lie I've ever told myself? What is the biggest lie I've ever told someone else? And lastly, what could stop me from doing the work necessary to transform my life? Right, now that you've finished this exercise, allow yourself time to write in your journal and express on paper anything that needs to surface. Then take a moment to acknowledge the courage and hard work you brought to this exercise and continue your journey. So I really hope you will all take the time to do this. For me, it's just really helped so much when somebody is triggering me, like, flap, so irritating. And then I stop and think, okay, in what way are you irritating? Sorry. Or when can these people not do their job properly? You know, everyone's just so flippin' incompetent. At what point have you ever been incompetent? Trying to think of another example. There's so many, but I'm trying to think of something that really annoys me. And I suppose the irritation and people not doing what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do it, is like, jeez, really. But moving on, you get what I'm trying to say. There are people that push your buttons. There are people that trigger you. I came to the conclusion during the workshop very, very early on, and I'm allowed to say this because I've told him to his face. My mom-in-law and I did not have an easy relationship. She used to annoy the living daylight out of me. Until I did this workshop and I realized, oh my word, I am my mother-in-law. As in busy in my head, planning, fixing, controlling, just wanting, nobody else can do it as well as I do, so I'm going to do it, and sometimes just being fearful, all these traits that used to really annoy me in my mom-in-law, I found in myself. Unfortunately, it was after she passed, but I have been able to make peace with her even after she passed. And when I have memories of things that used to really annoy me, I bring it back to myself and I think, okay, how are you like that? And then once I can, tell myself, right, being controlling helps you be organized, helps things flow smoothly in your life, um, makes life easier for your family. So once I start finding, I'm aware of what triggers me, and then I start finding um, the positive about it and accepting that I have it as well, it is so much easier to accept others, to be patient with others, to see yourself in others, because really we are all one, we are all aspects of each other. And I've just found this makes such a big difference in my life. So I did want to come back and just share this little exercise and share a little bit more of my shadow experience, and hope it kind of completes the first video. If I think of anything else, I'll be back, trust me. So thank you so much for joining me today. Today is the 1st of September 2022, and we celebrate spring down in South Africa. And for me, it's just such a joyful time. The weather starts warming up, and there's nothing better for me. I'm a warm weather kind of girl. Nothing wrong with winter. There's a place for winter, but I'm a summer kind of girl. So enjoy your day, enjoy the season, the change. Read a little note this morning. Spring shows you how beautiful change can be. Change is not always uncomfortable. So yeah, have a lovely day, and we will see you all soon. Bye for now.